What if the most damaging things they ever said to you were never said out loud? What if the cruelty was in the timing of a reply, in the choice to use one word instead of 10, in the warmth that arrived after the silence, perfectly placed, perfectly calculated? Covert narcissists do not shout. They do not threaten. They leave breadcrumbs, and then watch you follow them into confusion. In this video, we are decoding exactly 5 text-based tactics that covert narcissists use. Not to inform you, to arm you. Before we get into this, if you are watching because something in your relationship has felt confusing, or because you keep rereading messages trying to figure out why they make you feel the way they do, this channel is built exactly for that. Every video here decodes one specific behavior, one specific tactic, one specific pattern, so that you can stop questioning yourself and start seeing clearly. If that is what you need, subscribe now. Every time a new decode drops, it comes straight to you. Now, let us get into this. You sent them something real, something vulnerable, a long message, the kind it takes courage to send, and they replied with one word. Okay, fine, sure, nothing else. Just that, and somehow, in a single syllable, you went from feeling brave to feeling like too much. Here is what that one word is actually doing. It is not a reply. It is a signal. It tells you that your emotional needs are a burden, that your vulnerability was an inconvenience, that you should have said less, or said nothing at all. The covert narcissist does not have to be cruel. They simply have to be absent, withholding, just enough presence to confirm the connection exists, just enough distance to keep you off balance. And the result? You start editing yourself. You learn to shrink your messages, to qualify your feelings before you send them, to ask less, to need less, to be less. That is the point. The one-word reply is not carelessness. It is precision. You send a message, maybe a question, maybe something that mattered to you, and then nothing. An hour, 3 hours, a day. You told yourself you were not going to check. You checked. You told yourself it did not matter. It mattered. And then, exactly when you had almost convinced yourself to move on, to stop caring, to reset your expectations, the message arrived. Warm, present, as if no time had passed at all. This is not coincidence. This is timing used as a tool. The late reply serves a very specific function. It creates anxiety during the silence. It makes you question the relationship, your worth, whether you said something wrong. And then, when the reply finally arrives, the relief is so intense that it actually bonds you more tightly than if they had replied immediately. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. Unpredictable rewards create stronger attachment than consistent ones. The covert narcissist, consciously or not, knows this. You are not waiting for a message. You are being trained to wait. You know what you said. You wrote it. You can scroll back and read it. And yet somehow, in their reply, your message has become something else entirely. What you wrote as a concern has become an accusation. What you expressed as hurt has become an attack. What you asked as a question has become a demand. They did not misunderstand you. They rewrote you. This is one of the most destabilizing tactics in any text-based relationship because it happens in writing. You should be able to prove what you said. You can scroll up. You can check. And yet somehow, after enough of these exchanges, you start to doubt your own words even when you are looking directly at them. That doubt is the objective. When someone rewrites your message in their reply, they are doing several things at once. They are shifting responsibility. They are repositioning themselves as the wronged party. And they are quietly teaching you that your meaning does not survive the distance between your hands and their eyes. Over time, you will begin to over-explain everything. You will add qualifiers before your feelings are even expressed. You will write, then delete, then rewrite, trying to make your message manipulation-proof before you send it. You cannot, because the issue is not your words. The issue is what they choose to do with them. This one is subtle. So subtle that if you showed the message to a friend, they might not understand why it upset you. The message does not ask for anything. It does not accuse you of anything. It simply arrives. And by the time you have finished reading it, you feel responsible for something you cannot quite name. I guess I will just handle it on my own. It is fine. I am used to being on the back burner. No, do not worry about me. These messages carry maximum emotional weight with complete deniability. If you respond with frustration, you look unreasonable. They said nothing wrong. If you respond with apology, You have accepted responsibility for a problem that was never yours. Either way, you lose. The guilt drop is particularly effective because it exploits empathy. You are a person who cares. You do not want the people you love to feel forgotten or dismissed. And they know that. They are not sending that message to communicate. They are sending it to activate your guilt response and redirect your attention and energy back toward them. Notice the pattern. Notice how often the message arrives at a moment when you were pulling away, setting a boundary, or simply focusing on your own life. The timing is never accidental. After silence, after coldness, after days of minimal replies, delayed responses, and one-word dismissals, the message arrives, long warm, full of the tenderness you have been aching for, saying everything you needed to hear, reminding you of why you fell for them in the first place. And you feel it, the relief, the warmth, the hope. And then, almost immediately, a quieter feeling. Something underneath the warmth that you cannot quite name. Something that has learned to be careful. That quieter feeling is wisdom. Listen to it. The affection bomb works because it does not arrive randomly. It arrives precisely. It arrives when the silence has gone on long enough that your distress is peaking. When you are closest to pulling away. When your emotional defenses are worn down and the smallest warmth feels enormous. In the psychology of attachment, this moment of relief after anxiety is one of the most powerful bonding triggers that exists. The covert narcissist does not manufacture the warmth from nothing. They simply deploy it strategically. The warmth is real. The timing is a weapon. Look at these 5 texts again. The one-word dismissal. The late reply. The conversation reframe. The guilt drop. The affection bomb. They are all different on the surface. But underneath, they are doing the same thing. They are managing your emotional state from a distance. Not with their presence. With their absence. Not with what they say. With what they choose not to say. Not with conflict. With calibration. Texts are the perfect instrument for this because they remove everything that makes manipulation visible. There is no tone of voice. There is no facial expression. There are only the words they chose, and the words they chose not to use. Every one of these tactics is designed to produce a specific emotional response in you. Doubt, anxiety, guilt, relief, dependency. And because it happens through a screen, it is almost impossible to explain to someone who has not experienced it. The messages look fine. The problem is invisible. Until now. The most important thing you can do with this information is not to confront them with it. It is to use it to stop doubting yourself. When a one-word reply makes you feel like too much, remind yourself that this is a pattern, not a verdict on your worth. When a late message floods you with relief, notice the relief. Name it. Understand that the relief is designed. When a message rewrites what you said, scroll back. Trust your own record. Your original words are still there. When a guilt drop lands in your inbox, pause before you respond. Ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong? Or did a message simply make me feel as though I did? When the affection arrives after the silence, let yourself feel it. And also keep one part of yourself observing the timing. You do not have to perform certainty to begin protecting yourself. You simply have to start noticing. Noticing is enough. Noticing is everything. Covert narcissists communicate through the gaps, through what is withheld, through the arrival and absence of warmth, through the strategic deployment of ordinary-looking words. But now you know what to look for, and knowing changes everything. In the next video, we go deeper into how covert narcissists destroy your sense of reality through gaslighting, not just in conversation, but in the accumulated weight of hundreds of interactions exactly like these. If you thought today was a pattern you recognized, the next one will make everything click into place. I have gone into full detail on exactly how this works in that video. Make sure you watch it. And if this decode helped you see something more clearly today, subscribe. Every video on this channel is designed to give you back your clarity, one pattern at a time. I will see you in the next one.